Okay, so the title of this episode is A Few KPIs for QSRs. I'm going to give you 7 of them. Now, a KPI is just a key performance indicator. It's something that you measure for success, and your QSR is, of course, your quick service restaurant. So basically, what are the indicators for success in a fast food restaurant? I'm going to give you 7 of them. It'll be different depending upon each QSR and what chain that you're involved in and everything. But primarily, you're going to be wanting to know the numbers behind each one of these 7 things. So here's the first one. The first is the speed of service. What is the number that you got to measure? A lot of speed of service will be anywhere from 3 minutes to 4 minutes max. How fast can we serve our guests? That's what you're monitoring. Number 2. Order accuracy. Order accuracy is, are we getting the food right? It doesn't matter how fast we're getting the food out if we're getting the wrong orders into the wrong hands, or we're getting partial orders into the hands of our guests. They're going to be frustrated. They're going to be upset, and that's going to reflect on our customer service scores. And so, by the way, just remember this. For every 1 bad visit a customer had, it takes 12 consecutive good visits to overturn that 1 bad. So we got to get it right every time. The third indicator for success, the third KPI in a QSR, is your check average. Now, your check average comes from the total amount of guests you had divided by the total amount of sales that you have. That'll give you your average check. Now, the average check is usually, in today's market, anywhere from $8 to $14 per order or per person, right? And so you have to have the transaction counts, how many cars came through the drive-through, how many customers are at the front counter, what is the average person paying when they come to your store? That'll help, right? And then number 4, you need to have this indicator of labor and productivity. You see, the labor and productivity typically it runs about an 18 to 21%. And that's a guide. It helps the leaders know whether I have too many people on staff or if I don't have enough people on staff and so forth. Number 5, the 5th indicator that you got to measure for your QSR to have success is overtime. Got to know that number. Know what your overtime is. The overtime will kill you. It's actually time and a half every person's salary. So when somebody's on overtime and that gets out of control because you got the same people coming in covering everybody else that's not showing up, you're better off hiring more people than you are running overtime like that. And so you must govern it, and you got to monitor your overtime. Number 6. Daily sales. Your daily sales, whether you're doing 50 transactions a day or you're doing 50 transactions per hour, or maybe you're doing 150 transactions per hour, you need to know what that daily sales is and divide it throughout the hours that you're open in business. You still measure the sales each day that you're open. And the last key performance indicator for a quick service restaurant should be your team roster. Knowing how many people that you need to staff to have a full roster. Currently, as of January 2023, in America, 17.2 employees are on the average QSR's roster. But there's some that I've worked with that are in the 40s, some in the 50s. There's some Chick-fil-A restaurants that are in the 90s and even crossing the 100 mark threshold as far as the team member. They may have 17 just in the back of the house or 17 in the front of the house, and they'll have another 8 in the back of the house. Maybe they're running with 30 on their staff in just a single shift. So you just need to know what that number are. These are the KPIs for QSRs, and that all of these KPIs have to have a target. How many do you want to have? What's your expectation? And then they need to be recorded, documented, and then reviewed on a weekly basis at the very least. And then they need to be addressed when they're out of balance. Why? Because of this. If you don't know your numbers, you don't really know your business